So remember, y equals mx plus b, right? B is our y-intercept, m is our slope. Okay? So in the first one, y equals 3x minus 1. What is my y-intercept? What is the y-intercept in the first one? -1. So what point does that associate with? From yesterday, from H6, all these notes are it should be in your notes. I'd say look at your homework from yesterday, but most of you turned it in already. So we gotta look back on H6. What point is associated then with a y-intercept of -1? 0, -1. Okay, so where is the point 0, -1? Down 1 from the, or what it's called? Origin. Yep, down 1 from the origin. So we got a point right there. Okay? So that takes care of the -1. What's the slope of this line? Braylon, what's the slope of this line? 3/1. So give me two directions, two numbers. Up 3 and right 1. Chloe, if I didn't want to go up 3, right, or sorry, not Chloe. It's sideways. If I didn't want to go up 3, right 1, what's my other two directions? And two numbers to go along with it. Instead of going up 3, I would go left 1 and down 3. Yep, down 3, left 1. And then we draw in that line. Making sure we're going through all of them, making sure that our arrowheads are on the outside. We cover up our points, all that good stuff. Okay? Leave the y-intercept in number 2. Number 2, so give me a direction and number. From the origin. Yep. Okay. So up 2 there. Good. How slope on the second one? One up, 4 right. Okay. Right over right. Yep. Exactly. Can't go any farther. Okay. Jaden, if I don't want to go up 1 and right 4, what's my other direction? Or Princeton, sorry. Oh, Jaden, my fault. If I don't want to go up 1 and right 4, what's my other two directions? Down and left. Okay. Exactly. Down 1, left. 2 and 4. Ooh, that one's in that weird spot where it doesn't necessarily give us. Like that. Okay. All right. Chloe, what's wrong with number 3 before we can even graph it? It's not y equals mx plus b. So before we can do this one, we've got to put it in y equals mx plus b form, right? How did you put yours in y equals mx plus b? Subtracted 2x from both sides? Yep. And then that got you y equals -2x, right? Right? Nice job. Good job. Asha, what's my y-intercept in y equals -2x now that it's in y equals mx plus b form? What's the y-intercept? Nope. Why 0? Because there's nothing there, right? So there's nothing there. So that means 0. That means I stay right there at the origin. Okay? Bryce, what's the slope in this one? -2. So give me two directions and two numbers. For a slope of -2. Down 2. I don't know the direction over. Right, how many? Once, right? So down 2, right 1. Yeah, if I didn't want to go down 2 and right 1, what's my other choice? Up 2 and left. Okay. What's wrong with number 4? There's no y in it at all, right? Okay, right? So that means we can't put it in y equals mx plus b. Do you remember what kind of lines didn't have y's in them? Undefined slopes, right? And those were up and down lines, right? Okay? So that means we got to go over 3, and we just put our line right. If there's no y, it's a vertical line. Okay? Everybody good on all those so far? Love it. Okay, so we were talking y equals mx plus b. And I told you yesterday that our goal in this unit is to now, instead of doing what we just did here, where we give you an equation and then we get the graph, now, as you can see by the bottom of your page, we're going to give you the graph and ask for the equation. We're going to go backwards starting today. Okay? So there's a couple of things that we need to know. So the first thing that we need to remember is that our b, it comes from the y-intercept and remember that's the point 0, comma b. So we look at where the line crosses the y-axis. And that value is going to be your b. Okay, so that's the same thing what we did before. We graphed our b before, now we're going to find our b first. Okay? Then we're going to use the slope and how did we describe Cora yesterday in 3 words? Slope. Do you remember? No, just slope, just M. We described it yesterday in 3 words. Cora, you are one heck of a ventriloquist. I didn't even see your lips move. Did you hear what I just said? Run is one of the 3 words. There's 2 words that come before it. Rise over. Yep. And so for that one, we need 2 points. And here's the kicker. Okay? This is the big kicker. The 2 points need to be on the line. The points cannot be just 2 random points. The 2 points have to be on your line. Okay? All right? Let's put that to work, because those are the 2 things that we need to find in y equals mx plus b. So here in number 5, where, remember the fact that this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So where does my line cross this y-axis? Where does it cross? 0, comma 2 is this point right here, right? Okay. So if that's the point 0, 2, Jesus, what is my b? Or what is the value of b in this problem? 2, right? Because that's my b, right? 0, 2, 0, b, so b has to be 2. Okay? So in this problem, b is 2. Okay? To find the slope, we need 2 points, right? Well, we already got 1, right? Okay? So we really only need 1 other point. So if I was looking at this, do you agree with me, really, that the line goes through that point right there? Yeah? Okay? So now, using the fact that we've got rise, so what's my rise here to this point then? How many did I go up? Give me another chance. 2. I went up 2, yep, because here's 1, here's 2. So I went up 2. I gotta move this. Hold on 1 second. I gotta move. Oh, I can't move. Atlanta. This. 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 Red again. 0, 2. Put it down there. Okay, so my rise, reset. Just total reset. My rise was 2. Love it. What was my run? 3. Okay? So if I were to give you the slope as rise over run, what would the number be? 2 over 3. Good job. Now, I'm going to scroll back up just a little bit. Hopefully I can fit there. Almost perfect. So now, my answer that's going to go in this answer block right there, okay, that answer has to look like y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to go y equals, what's my m? 2 over 3, x plus, what's my b? 2. So my answer here is y equals 2/3 x plus 2. That's the equation of that line. Okay, that's how we do it. Okay? Edwin, what do you feel is the y-intercept on number 6? 0, 1. Yep, good job. So that means my b is 1, right? Yep. Okay, so b is 1. Love it. Okay. Eric, you got the hard one. You got to find another point that it goes through, right? Okay. So, would you agree with this one right here? Yeah? Would you agree with it? Okay. So my rise here, now this is the hard one because instead of going up 1, we're going down 1, right? So what's the rise if our rise is down 1, what does that translate into in terms of a number? -1. Yep, so that's -1 there. With me? Okay. And then my run here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. So that would give me a slope of what, Eric? What kind of one? -1 over 4. Love it. Okay. Natalia, put that all together now in y equals mx plus b form. Y equals -1 over 4 x plus 1. Love it. So much, we're putting a box around it. Okay? Let's try number 7 together, and then you guys can do number 8, 9, and 10. Okay? All right? Izzy, what is the y-intercept? Don't shrug your shoulders at me. You know this, and I know you know it. And when I tell you it, then you're going to go, wait, I knew that. So let's just cut out that whole part. You just tell me what. What? So remember that this is the y. This is the y-axis, right? So where it crosses that line. Because yes, in the equation, y just stays y. But what's the? I need to know what this point is right there. This point right here, because that's where it crosses, right? 0, -1. Okay? So if that's my y-intercept, then what is my b? Give me another chance. Here, I'll go back a slide. Remember, the y-intercept is always of the point 0, b. Okay, but what's my b then? Yeah, there you go. See? Yeah, just -1. Because that's different than +1, right? Because +1 would be up here, and that's not on my line. Okay? So my b value then is -1. Love it. Okay? Really? Slope. What do you got for a slope on this one? Okay? So if I go up 2, that would be a +2 for my rise. Agree? And if I go left 1, that would be -1 for my run. Okay? Or we could have gone down 2 for my rise and right 1 as a +1 there for it. Either way, we get 2 over -1 or -2 over +1. Ms. Ledley, can I reduce that just so that it's a nice, clean one number and not a fraction? What can I reduce? What can I just write instead? Maybe not reduce it. Maybe that was a bad choice of words. Maybe we could rewrite it in a different way where it's just a number. Nope. Nope. -2. Yep. Because anything divided by 1 is just that anything, right? So we're going to write this as just -2. Okay? So now I'm going to y equals mx plus b. Y equals, my m is -2, x plus -1. Do I ever write plus -1? What do I write instead of these? Just -1, right? Yeah. So -2x minus 1. Okay? Now, this one's going on. We need to pick another point that's on the line. Okay? So pick me a point cloud that is somewhere on the line. 7, not 8. Number 7. Look at the right one. Give me a point somewhere on the line. -1 is not a point. -1 is a number. Here, I'll put them in red. That one, that one, that one, that one, or that one. Those are your choices. Those are all points on the line. Give me one of them. I need a point. So I need an x, comma, a y. So I need two numbers. 1, 1 is not on the line. Because 1, 1 is over here. There you go. I like that one. Negative 1, comma 1 is this point right here. Okay? That's that point right here. It is on the line. Now what it's asking us to do is it's asking us to plug that point into our equation. Our equation again was y equals negative 2x minus 1. And if that point is on the line, and this is the equation of our line, then we should get a truthy statement at the end when we plug in negative 1 for x and positive 1 for y. Okay? So that's going to be, my y value is 1. That's going to equal negative 2 times my x value is negative 1, and then minus 1. Okay? Now, we got to do some math here. Negative 2 times negative 1. That's positive 2, right? Negative times negative is positive. 2 times 1 is 2. So that's going to be 2, then minus 1. What is 2 minus 1? 1 is 1 equal to 1. Yeah, so this is our line. Okay? We can check the equation of our line that you get by plugging in any point that's on the line into your equation, and it should give you a true statement. Okay? Now, if I pick a point that's not on my line, like I'm going to go with this purple one that Cloud gave me first, 1, comma 1. If I put 1, comma 1 in here, so then that would be 1 equals negative 2 times 1 minus 1. That's going to be negative 2 minus 1. That's going to be negative 3. And 1 is not equal to negative 3. So therefore, that point is not on our line. Okay? You now try number 8. Try number 8 for me right now. And pick a point that's on the line then, and plug it in to see if your line works. We won't complain about the fact that the line doesn't go all the way across the graph, and the arrowheads are inside the grid. We're going to ignore that then. I got an equation of the line of y equals x plus 1. Yes? Okay? I forgot where we left off. Princeton, I think we left off with you. What was the point that you chose to plug in? 2, comma 3? Okay, I would agree that that's this point right here. 2, comma 3. I'm just going to do it right here so I don't have to keep scrolling down, just so you know. Okay? So then that's going to be 3 equals 2 plus 1, and 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 is equal to 3. So yep, that point's on the line, and that's the equation of our line. Agree? Love it. If you haven't turned in homework J1 yet, make sure you get that turned in here momentarily, and I will now hand out